All right, let's move on, but let's stick with D.C. For the first time in his presidency, President Trump has at last publicly commented on crypto, and he doesn't like it. In a three-part thread on Thursday night around 8:15 Eastern, the thread started about Bitcoin, but quickly turned to Facebook's Libra coin. Trump tweeted, "I am not a fan of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, which are not money, and whose value is highly volatile and based on thin air. Unregulated crypto assets can facilitate unlawful behavior, including drug trade and other illegal activity. Similarly, Facebook Libra's virtual currency will have little standing or dependability. If Facebook and other companies want to become a bank, they must seek a new banking charter and become subject to all banking regulations, just like other banks, both national and international. We have only one real currency in the USA, and it's stronger than ever. It is by far the most dominant currency anywhere in the world, and it will always stay that way. It is called the United States dollar." Now, you might think this is not the best statement for Bitcoin devotees because it is so bearish, but Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong is spinning it as a win anyway. He tweeted, "Achievement unlocked. I dreamt about the sitting US president needing to respond to growing cryptocurrency usage years ago. First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. We just made it to step 3, y'all." Kind of a funny spin. Like, press is good press.
Yeah, and I think the fact that this is being discussed in the mainstream now is a sign that it is moving the needle, whether that's in a good or bad context. I mean, that seems to be the argument that he's making. And, I would argue that's probably true because, think about a few years ago, people were trying to explain exactly what cryptocurrency was.
Right.
We haven't heard President Trump explain how cryptocurrency works. I'm not sure where his knowledge is, but I think it is worth noting that the president is commenting on it, and that means that it has moved to the forefront.
Well, and the one problem if you're rah-rah Bitcoin and now you're trying to spin this and say, see, Bitcoin mainstream, well, it's really Facebook that did it. I mean, for better or worse. It's Facebook working on its own cryptocurrency that has led to all these people talking about it who never talked about it in the past.
Right. And surprisingly, I didn't find Trump's tweet specifically about Libra to be completely unreasonable or even unfounded. Honestly, that is going to be a Yahoo Finance first for me. I think when it comes to one of Trump's tweets. But I mean, when you think about Libra, if you do have a lot of people essentially giving up their actual hard fiat and going towards Libra, there is an actual concern, right, that the Libra Association would be the regulatory authority over that. And then in that sense, the banks they should have a banking charter and there should be more government oversight.
Well, it's interesting. I mean, Facebook would say, we're not trying to be a bank.
Well, of course.
Yeah. Well, of course they would say that.
Would also say Libra isn't just ours. Again, we just showed the graphic, but there are 28 other founding members. The Libra coalition has said that by the time of launch there will be 100 founding members. But understandably and unsurprisingly, everyone is just framing this as Facebook's cryptotocurrency.
Yeah, but it's not even totally decentralized.
But the concern is about scale, right? I mean, that's what we heard, over and over from Jay Powell yesterday. In his testimony, talking about the concern being there. And he's obviously not the only one that's weighing in. We heard from Mark Carney over at the Bank of England also saying that this isn't something that you just learn on the job, that this needs to be scrutinized before it moves forward.
Right.